Hello, it's Jessica. I'm back to give a few practice tips and performance tips for Gavotte by Martini. Now I'm just going to give a few suggestions on how to play through this, and then I'm going to give it a run through so that you have a good idea of how it goes. So starting at the beginning, it starts out with a happy little theme that recurs a few times more throughout, and there's just a few things I want to point out about this theme. The first is differentiating between different kinds of bow strokes. So the first two notes are hooked and staccato and short, and you're really going to want to make a difference between those first two notes and the next two notes, which are slurred and legato. So it will sound something like this. So you're really going to want to bring out the shortness and sharpness of the staccatos and then the smoothness and legato of the slurs. That's the goal. Alright, next I want to point out the accents that are on some of the notes in this theme. Those are things that you really want to bring out to make that note sound more exciting. And then in order to make the accent come out more, you can bring the other notes down a little bit. So I'm going to play measures 3 and 4 for the accents. Another thing that I did there was I added a little bit of vibrato on the accents just to make the notes sing a little bit more. Another thing that I want to point out just for the whole piece in general is really bringing out the different dynamics. This piece has a lot of different themes that appear throughout. There's an A theme, then there's a B theme, and then the A comes back, and there's C and D themes as well. And each of those themes starts with a different dynamic. So at the beginning we have mezzo forte, so we want to sound confident and happy to bring out the personality of the theme. And then when the B theme starts in the pickup to measure 9, it's piano and it's going to sound a little sadder. So besides doing just the dynamics, it will help create a different personality for each of the parts, which is important as well. I think there's one spot in here where it reaches fortissimo. And I'm looking at measure 46, and that will be, you'll really want to make that fortissimo as big as you can to make it very exciting. So I'll show a difference between the fortissimo and then going down to piano, just to demonstrate the dynamic range that we have in this piece. So hopefully that gave you a good idea of going from a very loud dynamic to much quieter. One more thing I want to bring up here is having a steady tempo throughout. This piece has a lot of different personalities, but the tempo doesn't really vary. It stays allegro moderato all the way throughout. So if you're wondering if you are staying steady or if you can't tell, I recommend practicing with a metronome to help keep your pulse steady all the way throughout. So with all things in mind, I'm going to play this through for you so that you can get a good idea of how it goes. All right, I hope this helps. Thank you.